My thing is acting funny. We're live.
Come on to learn and grow. Welcome to the Village Talk Show. Come on to learn and grow. Welcome to the Village Talk Show. We discuss what people need to know, empowering them to learn and grow. We discuss what people need to know, empowering them to learn and grow. Give praises to Jehovah, from whom all blessing and knowledge will flow. Blessing and knowledge will flow. The Village Talk Show, dedicating to empowering the community to live a healthy, safe, and financially capable life, helping each one of us in realizing our dream at any age, any point, starting from today, day. Success. Come on to learn and grow. Welcome to the Village Talk Show. Come on to learn and grow. Welcome to the Village Talk Show. We discuss what people need to know, empowering them to learn and grow. We discuss what people need to know, empowering them to learn and grow. Success is not spoken, it is done. Success is done. Come on now. The Village Talk Show. Talk Show. The Village Talk Show.
Bless up, everyone. Real excited to be here on the Village Radio Talk Show. My name is Roderick Daly. I am your host of the Village Radio Talk Show. Joining me today is our co-hostess, Dr. Joanne Bryant, and our co-host, Dr. John L. Sampson.
Put some emphasis on that, please.
I'm sorry, Dr. John L. Sampson, Esquire.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
So welcome. I want to get started real fast because we have a lot to talk about today. Right, so I just want to let's get started with I wanted about a year and a half ago. Thank you. About a year and a half ago, I started. We were doing some scriptures, and I stepped away from that for a little bit. And my mama yelled at me last week, and she's like, "You don't do your scripture anymore on the air." And so, for honor of my mama and honor of God. You ready for that scripture there, Dr. Bryant?
I did it last week. I think I did it last week. But
no, you didn't do it last week.
The week before I did it. Okay.
No, you didn't, because we haven't done it in a while.
Play it again.
All right, let's go. Just read the scripture and then we argue.
All right. So we're looking at Proverbs 3, verse 1 to what? What do you want me to do? 5? Okay. My child, never forget, and I'm reading what version? I'm actually.
Can you do the King James version, please?
No, I'm not doing the King James.
What version are you doing? You're doing a sloppy version?
NLT.
Who?
Living Translation.
What is that? Who reads that?
Everybody read it.
Nobody reads that except for you.
Just listen.
Either the New International Version or the King James Version. That's what we read.
Hello.
What? Go ahead, read.
You're a cantankerous brother, man. Just relax.
Go ahead, read.
My child, never forget the things I have taught you. Store my commandments in your heart. If you do this, you will live many years and your life will be satisfied. Never let loyalty and kindness leave you. Tie them around your neck as a reminder. Write them deep within your heart. Then you will find favor with both God and people, and you will earn a good reputation. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. And that's 5. Do you want me to continue?
No. Just really fast. Do not depend
No,
upon your.
number 6. Listen, number 6 is important
Go
too.
ahead. Go ahead. If you think it's important to read, go ahead.
Absolutely. Seek his will in all you do, and he will show you which path to take.
Amen. Let the
Amen.
church say. Let the church say.
Amen.
Let the
Amen.
church say.
And
Amen.
again, lean not on your own understanding, right? Lean on the wisdom of God, our Lord and Savior. I want to give thanks to, I just got out of the hospital today.
Woo! Woo, 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 woo. They kick you out?
The hospital said that God is too great and he has done great things for you. So I'm kicking you out. So I just got out. 3 blood transfusions I had. And so I'm just give thanks to God. It was kind of interesting. I just mentioned a name. I mentioned a name, and my dad, who was at the hospital, and then my cousin, his name is Pastor Brian, and we were just literally just talking. Then all of a sudden, boom, the nurse came in and go, "You want to be discharged?" Like, you say what? It's like God just answered an immediate prayer. And so that was very exciting. So, giving God all of the glory for everything.
Yo. It wasn't God. They just wanted to get you the hell out the hospital.
That too, maybe. That too. They were trying
It
to.
was God. It was God because he was miserable.
It was God. Exactly, a miserable ass.
Right. Before I go any further, I want to thank I want to thank Janice Lyons, Julia Backus, Melinda Russell, Ronell Murphy, a few other staff members who were there helping out. It was so. Let me share the story. I was very angry when I walked in, and I think that they had to work on some policies, right? So I got in. My doctor called me on Tuesday. He never calls me. Right? Go in and come back out and do your homework. My doctor called, and he has never, ever called me at home. So he called and says, "Roderick, your blood count is A, B, C, D, and E." So for people, my blood count was at 5.1. So if you're in anything medical, 5.1 in the hemoglobin. So he said to me, which kind of made me smile. He said, "Well, I think you should go to the hospital and get a blood transfusion, right? Because I had just gotten a shot from the doctor." And so I'm like, doc, I can go tomorrow. I don't want to go tonight. I want to spend the night in the hospital. So, well, then he's in his very calm, cynical voice like John. He goes, "Well, I don't really want you to have an accident in your sleep." I go, "Accident where, doc?" He goes, "An accident in your sleep." I'm like, "No problem. I'll be going to the hospital tonight." So I went to the hospital.
You go at nighttime?
Yeah, I went Tuesday night. I think somebody had just visited me or whatever case is. Then I started like they were gonna do an EKG, John, and all of a sudden my body started to shake like I was cold, right? And they gave me the shot, and I swear to you, whatever shot it was, this was like about 12:30, 1 o'clock. Whatever shot it was, I slept until 2:30, 3 o'clock the next day. Whatever it was, I don't know what it was, but it knocked me out, and it was gone. So I feel good.
Yeah, you sound good.
Yeah, I got my PT scan back, and I just.
Hey, Roger, give us a shot of that Jamaican rum.
That
100 over proof.
I got my PT scan back. It's not, the cancer spread a little in the stomach.
You said it spread in the stomach?
Yeah, spread a little bit in the stomach area. But the main cancer itself is holding steady. So so I give God thanks. Remember, people, God is the answer for the world today, and God is the answer. Prayer works. It might not be exactly what you're looking for, but it holds you up. So amen to all of those. Keep them prayers going. Keep them prayers going. I'm asking for a couple more years and a couple more this. And so I'm asking for, to continue praying. And John, yeah. I didn't know that I understood Creole, but Dr. Brian's uncle, mother, and father let out a piece of prayer, man. Her uncle is 88 years old, dude. He looks like he's like 63.
He
Right?
looked better than you.
Yeah, he looked much better than me by far, man. He came and he prayed and he excited. But let's just get started. There are a lot of things going on. I don't want to miss too many things. We don't want to start babbling. I get really sad.
You always babble.
Yeah,
What's the difference?
but there's so many things happening around us. Yeah,
I'm
Doc.
gonna say this. I am happy. I'm so thrilled to see you at home. First of all, because you sound terrible yesterday when I spoke to you. But to see you're since last week I've been telling you get to the hospital, but I'm happy to
All
know.
right, Doc. Enough already. All right, you got enough accolades. All right, enough. He's
No,
back to his miserable self. Let's go.
Yo, John,
no,
she was right though. She was like, "Get to the hospital. Get to the hospital." I'm like, "No, I
Yeah.
don't want to go because every time I go to the hospital, they keep me, and I don't want to go."
We know Dr. Brian was right. All right, let's get your
Yeah.
miserable self. Let's just get back to business.
Right?
Thank you.
So where do we? There's so much going on. Donald Trump. Let's start with Trump. Let's start the first of all, happy birthday. Happy birthday to my cousin Kevin. Happy birthday to my mother-in-law, whose birthday was yesterday. May her soul rest in peace.
Oh, she's the same as my sister.
Yes. Happy birthday to your sister. And happy birthday to one of my family members had birthday today. I don't remember which one, but anyway, happy birthday nonetheless. And so before I forget, I want to thank I did say right. I did thank Janice. I thank Julia, Ronell, and Victoria, Melinda, Jackie at the hospital for taking very good care of me. Lisa for giving me good food, all that good stuff, making sure I eat. And
also, all our listeners, that's
Dr. Janani as well.
Yeah.
And
Gary,
thank you all my listeners, all of our listeners out there. Gary, oh wow, Gary, is this the same Gary Thomas? Isn't Gary Thomas from? Oh no, that's wrong. A different Gary Thomas. I went to school with a Gary Thomas.
That's Gary Thomas. Gary, what's up, brother, man? Gary from Tilden, baby. What are you talking about? You didn't go to Tilden.
He went to Tilden too. He went to Marlin and then he went to Tilden.
So, Maureen, thank you for
thank you, Maureen.
in.
Maureen and I go way. Maureen and I go way back.
Taj, thank you for joining us.
Bigger Taj.
What's up, Taj? What's up, Taj? About time.
I need for you to deck John. Oh well, let's get started. Donald Trump. So what do you think, John? Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't heard by now, his name is knocked off the ballot in Colorado. The Supreme Court 4-3, Colorado Supreme Court 4-3 said his name cannot be on the ballot because of what happened. Hey Annalisa, how you doing? Pleasure. Cannot be on the ballot because of the insurrection. Now, I think, John, the importance of this is not so much. It's very important that his name will not be on the ballot. And Vivek said that he might be dropping out if Donald Trump's name get off the ballot, right?
Vivek needs to sit his ass down. He ain't going nowhere. So go ahead.
Well, that's true, but Donald Trump, I think, was looking at him as a vice president.
Anything to get any notoriety. He kissed Donald Trump rear end a lot, man.
Yeah, he does. He does because he wants to be. He can't make it, so he wants to be vice president.
He ain't never going to be vice president.
What's up, Andrew? What's going on, Reds? So here's what my take on this is, and this is my opinion, John, and follow me here. If the Colorado Supreme Court removes him off the ballot, which they have done, I believe that other states are going to follow through, and they're going to have legal action against Donald Trump to say that as the leader of the insurrection, he committed a crime against humanity, against the United States, right? Like basically treason. And they would remove him from other states. What does your legal mind say, John?
My legal mind says that there were other states who there have been other states where this case has been brought, and they basically sided with Donald Trump. This case is an outlier. As a result of because of the differing views, that's why it's going to go to the Supreme Court. And pretty much the Supreme Court is going to make a decision as to the application of the 14th Amendment. But what's interesting is,
can you
well, let me finish for you.
No, I was going to let you finish. I just wanted to look up the 14th Amendment so that people
and basically, if you are reading, if it's a strict interpretation of the 14th Amendment, then uh, uh, former President Trump will have an issue. So the Supreme Court is very interesting because they talk about themselves being conservative and strict constructionist when dealing with that Constitution. Read it as it is. And I want to be interested to see what Clarence Thomas does and Alito does, because they're the ones who spearheaded. The Constitution is what the Constitution says. There's very room for judicial activism. I guarantee you there will be judicial activisms when they make this decision, because if you strictly interpret it, and basically even the lower court who allowed Trump to be on the ballot, they all concur with the facts that he was engaged in this. He was, the facts are not disputed at all. The question is the application of the law. And if you look at the strict application of the law, Trump can fall within those parameters. I think that, you know what, this takes the vote from the people. Let the people make that determination. And I think that's what's going to come down in the Supreme Court.
So, so what do you think? Hi, Jalen. How you doing, Mr. Pierre?
Hey, Jalen.
So do you think that the Supreme Court, from your legal perspective, do you think that the Supreme Court will think about siding with the Colorado judicial system, Supreme Court?
No, I think the Supreme Court's going to overturn it.
I think so too. I think already, because the Republican Party stated that, hey, even though they decided to put Donald Trump out, they're going to create their own system. So they're trying to break away from that.
They're going to create a caucus system.
Yeah. Thank you.
I don't think the Republican Party can get rid of Donald Trump.
No, they love him too much. That's their guy.
So therefore, I actually, I'm going to be of the minority. I'm going to opine from the minority perspective. I think even though Colorado is one of those states that are out there, and they have been out there in many things, like when you look at the marijuana, when they look at education, a certain other liberal component, I think even though they're out there, I do believe that they're going to set a precedent for what the United States is going to do. And I do believe that other states and the Supreme Court are going to follow through, and he's going to be removed from a few ballots.
I don't think so.
Right? Because at the end of the day, they're looking at somebody from the criminal component, and he's looking for uncharted immunity for the acts that he did while he was president. And I don't think that that's going to be allowed. And I think that he will be ostracized by the Supreme Court for these actions. You're saying, Doc?
I don't think so. I think Donald Trump has too much of a hold on decision-making policies just overall. Yes, with certain court not so strong, but with this one, they're going to push it back to the voters to say, hey, you know what? Let the voters choose. Let the voters decide. Because now Colorado is going to be attacked by other they're going to be attacked, especially anyone who sides with them. So to avoid the drama that might come for other states to do the same thing, they're going to side away. They're afraid of this man. I don't know what hold he has on them, but they're definitely afraid of him.
But I think there's a difference between the voters and the court system.
The court system also. So now, you know what? When I think about Donald Trump's sister, who was very involved in the court system, that gave him a lot of feedback, and it makes sense how he got away with certain things. I think his family also played into the whole political system. The fact that she passed away, somewhat of a protection he had is no longer there. He has protection, but it's no longer there, especially with her being a former judge. That plays into it as well.
You know, while we're talking about job, let's segue into what's going on in the Supreme Court. One is a very, very sad place where Sandra Day O'Connor, the first woman to serve on the Supreme Court, passed away, I believe, 2 weeks ago, and she was laid to rest on Tuesday. She was laid to rest with she was eulogized by our president,
Forgot his name.
Biden. No, the reason why I was muffling for a little bit is that I didn't even know that when Ronald Reagan died, they were eulogized at the same church, and she was one of the persons, the leaders of that church that she came back to and gave a speech for for Ronald Reagan back when he died over 20 years ago, which it just ironic because I didn't really. It came full circle. That even though after she retired, she was a very integral part of the cathedral down there in Washington D.C., where her ceremonies were kept as well. So she set a mark for a woman being the first woman to ever be appointed. And what is it, John? Appointed and then nominated and appointed, right? So she got nominated and appointed to the Supreme Court. So kudos to her and kudos to all of her stand-ins. Now we have, I believe, 3 or 4 women now on the Supreme Court. You have Ketanji Brown. We have Sotomayor.
Amy Coney Barrett.
Yeah, and one more, which I do know her name. His name's just
Judge Hagan.
That's slipping me. And speaking of which, Ketanji Brown has gotten into a little bit of trouble with the ethics committee, saying that she didn't talk about her husband's income. Now, the hypocrisy of the Democrats, of the Republicans, are killing me.
They say the same thing about exactly.
Yeah, Clarence Thomas in approximately around 2000 made a call that stated that the Republicans needed to give him a raise because he's going to go broke as a Supreme Court judge. So he twisted the arm of the Republican Party, and him being a Republican twisted the arm. Isn't that considered to be somewhat unethical, John? I mean, you're calling
no.
Not to mention
no. He just advocated for a pay raise. He advocated for a pay raise.
How he did it, right?
Nothing wrong with advocating for a pay raise.
But John, when you think about it, though, John, let us be honest, right? Let us be honest. He has been treated like royalty, right? He's been treated like royalty by his Republican mates, the yacht trips, the private vacation, all of these unethical. You don't think these are unethical?
Brother, remember they are no standards set by the Supreme Court. So what you may consider ethical is very much legal.
So why can't the Supreme Court be properly judged like everybody else, and scrutinized, right?
Who says they should be? Who says they shouldn't be scrutinized?
Why aren't? Not that they shouldn't. Why aren't?
They are scrutinized. Just look what's going on now. Look what's going on now.
No, but nothing can and will be done, right, as it relates to the ethical component of what's happening with the Supreme Court judge. It's like they're almost like they're in for life, and whatever their behaviors are, it's okay. How do
you can you can't they can't be reckless. They can't break the law. They can't be reckless.
How
they can't be reckless and break the law.
Remove a Supreme Court judge?
You can remove it. Well, if there's to engage in any sort of treason, they engage in to commit any criminal activities while on the judiciary, they can be removed.
So you don't think Clarence Thomas could be removed?
I
No, what did
don't
he do?
think
What
that,
did he do that was illegal?
right?
No, no, it's not considered illegal because the thing is they didn't give him.
All right, then why am I going to remove him then if it's not illegal?
In the Constitution, right? All it says shall hold their offices with good behavior.
So who says that isn't good behavior? Did he make it? Was Clarence Thomas influenced? Did any of them people appear before Clarence Thomas? No.
In order for them to be removed, they have to be impeached, right? And what is he doing that makes for impeachment?
Exactly. What is he doing? Nothing. What's he doing? You may not like it, but just because you don't like it does not mean it's a crime. It's the same thing. If we want to go on that case, it's the same thing we talk about Mayor Adams. You know, the feds are doing an investigation because they're concerned about him reaching out to the fire department, asking, hey, what's going on with, these things or what's happening. The feds, they may not like it, but it's perfectly political legal. Look at Brian Benjamin. Look what they did to Brian Benjamin. What they thought was illegal activity was perfectly legal activity and didn't engage. It's their own their subjective interpretation of what they think the law is. That's why the federal government and the feds are dangerous.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that Supreme Court judges should be held to a higher standard? Because
judges should be high. Judges are held to a high standard. Judges, period.
I don't know about all of that because the thing is, certain things that he got away with, certain other people in political realm would be removed because of that.
Removed because of what? Was it? Did they violate the law? It may be you might be ethically challenged, but it does not mean you violated the law.
Okay.
We got to make that clear. You may not like it. You may not morally. You may think it's wrong, but is it illegal? Is it a crime? It may be a moral crime, but it's not a legal crime.
I'm a teacher, right? I'm a teacher, and I say something ethically or morally incorrect.
Right.
They bring me up on charges on ethics and they terminate me. Right? If I got a gift for
let me look at the clause. Let me look at what it says.
No, but it says it's interest. Right? If I get a gift of over $50 from a student, right?
25.
Oh, it's 25. Correction. 25. I get terminated. Right? What makes the judge able to get a yacht? And that's not unethical. It's not.
He did not get a yacht, Roger. He did not get a yacht. He got a trip on a yacht.
That's a yacht.
He got a vacation on a yacht. The question is, should he have reported that? Or if my friend, who's like Roger, take for example, you and I are friends, Dr. Brian are friends. Yeah, I invite you, you're my friends. Hey, come on, man, come on a yacht with me. That's my friend.
I think that's a little bit different because he had a vacation that was presented to him with special privileges.
All right, Roger, you're my man. I'm going to give you special privileges. You're my man. Dr. Brian is my friend. I'm going to look out for y'all. Y'all guys could bring judges, but hey, come on my boat. You're my friends.
I don't know. John.
I'm not trying to persuade you anything.
I think, but wait, even if, okay, Dr. Brian, okay, you and I are friends, right? And I'm your daughter's teacher, Dr. Sampson. And if you say, hey, Roderick, let's go, I'm going someplace, blah, 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 for a week, and I'll take care of everything. You know I could be terminated even though we're friends?
Why?
Because your daughter's my student.
Your daughter's my student, but you're my friend for decades.
Yeah, is a conflict of interest
What's the conflict of interest?
because you're doing special favors
How am I doing special
because
favors?
the other student is not offered the same thing.
Not offered the same thing? I don't know the other students' parents. I know you.
But it's a conflict of interest. It's an ethical, moral dilemma. That's the point of what I'm getting at. At
Why?
some
Because
point-
they think you're being influenced by me
Yeah.
as my friend for decades, going on a trip with me.
yes, influence in decisions.
Well,
Absolutely.
I don't agree with
It
that.
is-
I
it
gotta
is
look at.
to this
I
day,
have to look
but-
at. I have to look at the documents, the rules.
Huh?
I don't know. I don't know.
Right? I'm just telling you up front that I can't accept a gift, even though you're my boy. I can't even tutor you. You say, "Hey, Roger, I'm tutoring your daughter in Spanish."
Right.
You can't even tutor your own student. If you come up to me and say, "Hey, my child needs extra help," I can't tutor them. It's
Okay.
against the law. So tell me
It
why
ain't no against no law, brother. You mean it ain't illegal. So you talking about ethics.
it is illegal.
Kataji, she didn't report the income that her spouse made. Is that a big deal?
It is a big deal.
Why?
How did he make the income? What is the income involved? Any cases before the Supreme Court?
Is it enough to send it to the department?
Take for example, he has a practice. What is he? A doctor, right?
I don't even know what the man is.
A doctor or a lawyer, and suppose he gets a considerable amount of patients start coming to have litigation that's in the pipeline to go before Supreme Court.
Mhm.
Who are these clients? You may know he gets new clients. Suppose he gets 10 new clients. You can't tell me it's the same like Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thomas works as a lobbyist for one of these conservative groups. You don't think she discusses with Clarence Thomas about the cases? Give me a break.
So do you think it should be sent to the Department of Justice because she didn't report it?
It's sent to the Department of Justice. I need more facts. Well, for that in and of itself doesn't seem it should be going to the Department of Justice at all.
So that's what they're
Give me more.
advocating for, the judicial system to review her. I think it's a way to try to remove her.
No, it's not a way to try to remove it. They just want to just give out agita.
We want to make sure that they safeguard everything, but and also safeguarding everything, do we jump to the extreme? Should we jump to the extreme?
We jump to the extreme on every. That's the problem with politics no more. The camaraderie in politics is no longer. It's I got you. Who I can one up you. There's no camaraderie no more in politics.
Well, there's camaraderie, but the question is with whom and for what?
There's no going. The days of Tip O'Neill, Trent Locke, and those guys. It's none. It's none of that anymore. We can reach across there. We can fight during the day, and then we can have dinner at night, and still, wish us well. But it's the animosity. It's just terrible.
Oh
yeah, I'm gonna bring you.
By the way, Empress Idris on vacation with her wife in a country. That's why she's talking about how beautiful the country is. We don't like you, but happy birthday to your wife. Happy big birthday. And hopefully you're the one taking care of every single one of her needs, Empress, for her vacation. All right. For her vacation. All right.
Who's on vacation?
Empress Ija is on vacation with her wife.
Where are you at, Empress?
She's in a hot Caribbean, Central American country.
Empress took her wife on vacation?
I doubt it. I think it's the other way around.
Or the wife took Empress on the vacation.
I think her wife took the Empress on vacation for the wife's birthday.
All right, let's
go. Empress, where's my ticket?
Yeah, exactly. That's what we want to know. Right? We want to go ATV and we want to do all the good stuff to celebrating birthdays as well.
All right. So I want to talk about Giuliani. Let's talk about Giuliani since we're on this topic of
Man, that Giuliani deserves everything he's getting. Everything.
Everything. So now filing for bankruptcy. Roderick, you're muted. He filed for bankruptcy because he doesn't want to pay based on the judgment.
You know what? Before you even say that, I don't think he filed for bankruptcy because he doesn't want to pay.
Well, he's broke.
I think he filed for bankruptcy because he truly doesn't have $153 million.
Well, what should happen then?
Huh?
What should happen then?
Well, I don't know how it worked.
Easy. It works very easy. He filed for bankruptcy protection to protect himself from having to pay out those 150 something $million.
But you know,
he protected his assets.
Yesterday, the judge told them that they could start collecting immediately, and then the very next.
There's a process in which it doesn't happen just immediately like that. You gotta go through a whole process,
right? And I think they sue because they have to get some money.
Yeah.
Right. So they're gonna get some money up to 153 million.
No. What happens is, I think he went for the bankruptcy protection because he wanted to stay the judgment. In order to stay, you got to be able to put up a certain amount of money. He did not have the money. I forgot how much it is. You might have to put up the whole amount, the whole $158 million. So he didn't have that.
I think they said that the judge rushed to judgment so that he had to pay.
Yesterday, he mentioned yesterday there was a hearing.
He didn't have to pay. There's a whole process. There's a whole process that you have to go through in order for them to go ahead and collect and all this other stuff. But you know what's interesting? I think the judge in Donald Trump case in New York is a little bit too extra. And I think some bits of Donald Trump, whatever the decision comes down, it might be overturned.
Some of it will be.
But I think the judge has
I do think, however, that Giuliani's in trouble.
Why do you think
I think so.
Extra?
Why
you saying? It's the comments that he's made in the courtroom, the comments even in his decisions that he's made. Biased. He sounds very biased. Very biased.
So here's something I'm thinking about, John, while we're talking about this Giuliani case. One of the lessons that people have to learn
from his case,
just like Fox have to learn, is that there is a penalty for being a damn liar.
Yeah, using your mouth.
And telling lies, and
as they say in the Bible, words can breathe life and death.
Yep. And for Giuliani, he's figuring out very quickly that liars and thieves walk together. Very, very quickly. And I don't feel sorry for him.
I don't.
Not at all. I don't feel sorry for him at all.
Not at all.
Right? You must learn the system. Right? I don't feel sorry for him because
he was gun-ho
to
the end for Trump. So now where's Trump in his defense?
You know, it had nothing to do with Trump. I'm just going back to the way he ruled, the way he governed the city when he was mayor, the way he put ethnic groups against one another, pitting the police against the brutality and all that. That's what I'm going back to. Very mean-spirited individual.
The stop and frisk was big for him, right? Was very big for him.
Also talking about stopping frisk. What's up with the city council passing these laws which really burdensome on the police department? Every time they do it, it's ridiculous.
That's crazy. That every time they stop somebody,
you're engaged. You got to write down this. You got to take. I mean, it's insane, man.
Who got time?
Man, these liberals, these same damn liberals. That's why we got a sanctuary city.
I'm tired of these.
I'm tired of the liberals that live in rent stabilized apartments and have.
I wouldn't say the liberals
on Martha's Vineyards.
The far left progressives. I'm tired of them because I'm a liberal, right, to a certain extent, but I'm a moderate liberal. You get what I'm saying? But I'm talking about those people who are far left. You know, speaking of sanctuary city, the mayor of Chicago skirted the issue because the city council and the people of Chicago wanted to remove Chicago from the sanctuary city list, right?
Right.
And what he did was he just skirted it by going and saying like this chapter, whatever the rule was that they had at city council, that he had the power to not address this issue or at all for Chicago to remain the sanctuary city
Right.
that it is. This sanctuary city is killing us, right? The sanctuary city is killing us because it is costing our cities a lot of money, and it might actually cost our boy a second term, right?
No,
Might actually,
it ain't happening.
we'll
Well,
talk about that right after,
that ain't happening.
right?
That is not happening.
Right.
What?
It
We'll
ain't
talk
going.
about it right
Why
after the
can't?
commercial.
Why can't? Why when it comes to a minority person, a black person, we always
Hold
got
on,
to talk
John.
about one
John,
term.
hold the thought. Let's go to the commercial.
All
Andre,
right, man. Don't get me started, man, on that shit.
we're gonna start up. We're gonna talk about it. Waiting for Andre to pull up.
Call Howard Housing Solution today for all your real estate needs. Sellers, we can get top dollar for your home, and our vast network of professionals can facilitate your move and help you purchase your dream home in another state. Buyers, we have a pulse on the market and can get you in a home quickly. Property owners, we can manage your property efficiently and allow you peace of mind. So why wait? Call Howard Housing Solutions today at 646-825-5560 for your sale, purchase, or property management needs. Conveniently located in East New York, Brooklyn. You can come to us at 577 New Lots Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, or we can visit in the comfort of your home. Call Howard's Housing Solutions today at 646-825-5560. Howard Housing Solutions. Real estate simplified.
Footprints Cafes now offers Caribbean flatbreads, available in 11 mouth-watering flavors, including favorites like jerk chicken, curry chicken, honey garlic chicken or shrimp, ackee and saltfish, garlic cheese, and more. Our flatbreads are satisfying and can be enjoyed by the entire family. So make it a flatbread night at Footprints and enjoy the fusion of flavors. These flatbreads are so good, you might just have to fight for that last piece. Good thing there's plenty more where that came from. Get yours today from any of our Footprints locations. Want to enjoy your flatbread at home? Then order on Uber Eats and get it delivered right to your door. We'll see you there.
Grace Family Adult Social Daycare. Come on out every Tuesday and Thursday from 9 a.m. You have pickup for right now for free trial for the next month. Where you get some food, you get to enjoy the day, play some sports, play some games. Grace Family Adult Daycare, 1330 Utica Avenue. Contact 646-504-5778. Again, that is 646-504-5778 for information, or 347-962-7168. Again, that's 347-962-7168. Ask about the Grace Family Adult Social Daycare. Yeah, John, you were saying about your boy.
John dropped off.
Oh, John dropped off.
But I am hearing what you said. You're muted. Roderick,
I know. I was talking to my son.
I am hearing that people are upset with the fact.
A lot of people are upset. John has to face. I know John is, and I both, right? John and I. I'm a supporter of the mayor as well, right? And I probably will support him for a second term. A lot of people are looking at me like, "Why are you supporting him?" John has to face the reality that a lot of people are afraid. Right? They're afraid of what might actually happen for a second term because of this migrant issue, because of these budget cuts to education, these budget cuts to the police force, these budget cuts that are happening. It can affect them. Now, is it going to? Well, my hope is I hope not. Right? My hope is that he will be elected. He'll be a two-term mayor. Right? He'll be a two-term mayor. because I don't think he's doing a bad job, right? I think that he is concerned about the safety of our city. He is concerned about education, but this migrant issue, look what Greg Abbott did down in Texas,
Oh my goodness.
right?
Oh my
He
gosh.
made it a crime, right? Greg Abbott, let me just read up a little bit on what happened, right? So a new law that makes Texas illegally state in sowing confusion. Wait, a new law that Texas passed making it illegal
Mm-hmm.
for certain undocumented migrants and mixed status family to come into Texas along the U.S. Mexican border in Texas, right? So many of those advocates tell us that they fear a way of racial profiling. So it's gonna. So Greg Abbott is like you. It's not a free for all, and he's affecting. The governor signed the legislation, Senate Bill number 4 into law on Monday, granting local law enforcement the power to arrest migrants and judges the ability to issue orders to remove them back to Mexico in a state where Latinos represent 40% of the population, right? So he's saying people got to go back. That's what he's saying, right? So, and it's contagious. The mayor is saying, hey, we need more federal money, which you're not going to get. Chicago is saying, I want to remove us from the sanctuary city profile, right? So, they're receiving, Texas is receiving about 1,500 migrants a day. That's unsustainable.
Yeah.
Right. So, John, though we differ, we agree that we think that he should be a 2-term mayor. The reality situation is a lot of people are upset. A lot of my friends are upset. They're like, oh, they're letting these illegals in and this blah, blah, blah.
And you know what? I don't know if it's letting illegals in. Remember, you mentioned that the migrants aren't illegal.
Right. They're not. Right. But some people look at them like, what's going on with the people who are here already, who are undocumented, right? Who are undocumented, who need the opportunity to come to the United States. I think he's doing a good job, right? I personally think he's doing a good job. And I think that people oftentimes expect a revolution, right? A complete and utter change of different things. That's just not feasible.
Well, that's the same thing with Biden. Remember, when he came in the heart of the pandemic.
Yep.
But no one will.
Not only that, not only the pandemic, but an economic crisis, right? We were in an economic crisis when Joe Biden came to office. Inflation went sky high. Now inflation is back down to 3.1. People are not looking at that, right? There's no contention going on in the United States as to when he just came to office. Things are very calm, right? We're not looked at as a laughing stock as we were 3.5 years ago.
Oh my God. Around the world, people thought it was a joke to have Donald Trump as a president.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
CNN and Fox made billions of dollars. Right? They made billions of dollars from the idiocracy of Trump. Right? I know some people were talking about their portfolio, but my portfolio in 2020 shrank. And after he lost office, it started to grow back. It did not grow back to where it was. Right? But it was really bad. So I'm not sure what people are talking about. When you look at the mayor, what is the expectation, right? And so
what were some of the things? Okay, let's talk about it. What were some of the things that since the mayor came into office that he's done?
Well, they talk about crimes in the subway, but the reality
came at the heart of that.
Yeah, but the reality is that crime in the subways has dropped significantly.
That is true.
Right? Significantly. from anywhere near where it was prior to him holding office.
That's
People
true.
people don't know that,
Thing. What
right?
was another thing?
Um,
The
uh,
guns. The guns. There was so many shooting going on. Not saying that it was much worse when he first came into office, where every day you
he's addressing public safety,
go. Hmm.
and
Hmm.
that's important, right?
Hmm.
Um, which is what you're talking about,
Hmm.
right? He wants to address kids graduating from school with a real degree. You know how many kids have had graduation from school where they really can't read, right? Now he's trying to say, hey, these kids got to learn to read and write. Let's see what we can do to get them up to par with learning to read and write. And that's important for a lot of, especially for our black and brown boys and girls, right?
So now, like today, the union is suing the mayor and city hall because of the cuts.
Right. Because they're saying that, like, just like the mayor of Chicago,
Hmm.
who found the loophole in the law, the city, I don't get upset about Michael Mulgrew, the UFT, going at the mayor.
Oh, here's the
I've
thing.
never seen a full term honeymoon between any mayor, right? I've never seen a full term honeymoon between any mayor and the unions. Never seen it. There's always an argument when they have to come to bargaining and
So let's talk
salary.
about what they are filed. The United Federation of Teachers filed a lawsuit on Thursday against New York City and Mayor Eric Adams to prevent his administration from cutting $2 billion from the city budget for school. Earlier this year, Adams administration announced cuts of nearly $550 million in the current fiscal year. Plans for additional cuts could amount to $2 billion, according to United Federation of Teachers, a union which represents the city's public school teachers, paraprofessionals,
Mhm.
and other educational staff. The action marked the second major union to sue Adams over budget cuts after DC 37, the city's largest public sector union, filed a similar challenge earlier this month. The UFT lawsuit claims the city is prohibited from reducing school funding unless overall city revenue declines. The release says New York City revenue grew $5 billion last year. It also argues the cut undermines student states' constitutional right to a sound basic education. So, what?
So, like I said, it's looking at a loophole in the law to address what he cannot do, and to me, that doesn't mean that he's having
Also,
like I remember in 2005
mm-hmm.
how the UFT went to bed with Bloomberg, right? To create a good contract. I remember in 2000.
No contract was created until after he left.
No, there was a contract. There was the $400 million or something that was paid out to different. The third term, I don't think there was a contract. I
Mm-hmm.
think there was a third contract in the third term until he left, and then De Blasio gave a contract. But then there was a fight in De Blasio's second term. I don't remember what it was. Remember, it was about the 155 minutes. Now, under this new contract, Eric Adams got rid of the 155 minutes, right? Under this new contract that you got that the teachers signed in the city.
But they have an increase. Everybody got an
And
increase.
they have not just an increase, they have a major increase.
Uh-huh. The police department, firefighters, the teachers union, right?
Everybody.
Mhm.
So the reality of the situation, is that we're going to have those conversations at all times around the mayor and the unions, the labor unions, not in agreement. The CLC or the MLC, the Municipal Labor Council, or the CLC. You're always going to have concerns, and you always have to have bargaining chips. I remember the UFT at one point wanted to go on strike, right? I remember
They
making
can't
phone
do
calls
that.
for them to
It's
go on
against
strike.
the law.
Huh?
It's they can't strike.
Yeah, but I remember they're going to go on strike. They
Okay.
were. Right. So
So now,
I'm not really totally concerned about it, but I am saying that um
do you think that they should have? Do you think that the cuts should go towards schools?
I think I think I don't like the idea of cuts, right? I don't like the idea of cuts, but I do think that there's a lot of waste,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of waste in
Tighten up.
politics. Don't do that. A
Hmm.
lot of waste in politics, a lot of waste in the coffers that they have, um, in the coffers that they have. And
What about
so
the library? Do you think there's a lot of waste in the library?
I think there's a lot of city agencies.
Okay.
Period. Right.
So
I
do
think
you agree with libraries being closed on Sundays?
do I agree with library? No.
I completely agree with you that
I think Sundays are like family days
yeah, and people go to the
when
library
people go to
together.
the library.
Yeah, and
I
then
think
also you got to think of people who are migrants who are
mhm.
not in the shelter or whatever. They go into the library as a way to stay warm as
Like
well.
I think that they have to have two days where um the libraries are open late,
Hmm.
and then so they could get a lot of work done for people who work late. Like, in other words, instead of opening at 9 o'clock in the morning, you open from 12 to 9. I think the same thing for banks, right? Banks open during everybody's work hours. Nowadays, they start open banks a little bit later, right?
Oh,
Right. Um,
thank you.
right. But that's,
NYPD overtime in the subway went from
I
4
mean,
million.
that's an example of, hey, what's going on? Why there's so much money?
And
But
what
there's,
the one I have the problem with is MTA. MTA.
I
You know
don't
how
like MT at all. And I don't like the congestion pricing.
oh my goodness. Exactly. You know how you felt about the cameras? That's how I feel about the congestion pricing.
Yeah,
How it's
I
a
think
block
yeah.
from each other. I think it's a sellout. They're squeezing New Yorkers, squeezing. We're already, dealing with enough. It's just like you're gonna have it's not fair. You're gonna have a group of people leaving New York because they can't afford it.
Well, people are already leaving New York
They're gonna have more leaving New York.
in droves.
Mhm.
We're gonna have a guest next week who's looking at the cameras and how they're unlawful, and it's something I've been saying for a very long time. The cameras are unjust. It's a tax on low income.
Yep.
Is a regressive tax, not just on low income, but on different families. Right? It's a
Where they're
problem,
situated.
and I'm
Mhm.
very upset with our city council for making this a law to try to fill the coffer.
And that's what MTA congestion pricing is.
Yeah,
In order
that's exactly what
to,
it is.
you know what? MTA should look at who are they paying overtime to? Why some of the people they have so many, like Eddie mentioned about the waste. You have people who are getting paid overtime that's not even there. And they had examples of that. So
Yeah.
they should be doing better tracking system in order to ensure that, hey, whoever said they are working are actually working, but don't squeeze New Yorkers to get more money for something that you're wasting. Every time you turn around, the tolls is going up.
You
It's going
know, it's very interesting because they have to pay these. I argue every single time. Do not increase. Do not increase salaries
by a dollar
and increase the cost of living.
Mm.
Because if you're giving me $20 an hour in one hand, but you're charging me $20 to go across the toll every day, right? What's the point of giving me $20? You gave it to me in one hand and took it away in the next.
To pay.
I can't afford lunch in Manhattan because now a soda is like $3. A soda used to cost 50 cents. It's like $1.50, $2.
Mm-hmm.
The cost of living is gone up. I can't afford rent. I can't afford this. I can't afford that. But then you make me feel good by giving me an increase in salary. You have congestion prices. You have MTA raise. You have
tolls that went up. Tolls went
you have
up.
tolls that's going to go up. You have all of these different things that's going to affect how I live and where I live. I don't want to leave.
Yeah.
Right? And so all of these things put together, and Eddie's right? Congestion right is a way for Hochul to, but Eddie, pull Eddie's comment up, Andre. I don't think the MTA needs bailing out.
They keep asking for more money. They need
I think it's a falsehood. I believe the MTA has enough money in their coffer that they could take care of whatever they need to take care of, but they're always crying wolf.
Mm.
They're always crying wolf. They're the sheep herd who always cry wolf. And when the wolf really is coming, we are not going to be there to support it, because I'm 100% certain that the MTA has millions of dollars, right? Thank you, Michael. The MTA has millions of dollars set aside to do different things. So they don't need to be charging this exorbitant amount of money for tolls, for this, for that, because they don't need it. They're doing it because greedy Albany legislators, which I think we need to get rid of some of them, right? And that's true. They do mismanage. I agree with that.
You know where they should put congestion pricing? Put it in Staten Island. Because after I pay all that toll going through, Staten, from Jersey to Staten Island to this bridge to that bridge, that's where the congestion is. You can't even get to the Verrazano if that's the case.
But think about it. The money on the Verrazano Bridge was designed to pay for the bridge. So once the bridge was supposed to be paid for, they were no longer supposed to charge toll on the bridge. No. But they saw it as the millions of people who cross over the bridge every week, that they're making $20-30 million a week off this bridge. Right? They're making that much money. So why should I stop?
And they continue to raise the price.
The Whitestone Bridge, just Throg's next bridge. It's tollless, not tollless. It's what do you call the people who sit in the booth? It's boothless, right? So it's played by toll or played by Easy Pass, and you're paying all of this money. The MTA is not stupid. People in New York have to get around, and they have to pay tolls. You cannot enter nor leave New York City without paying a toll, and that's the problem. Now they're putting in Manhattan.
Yeah, you know what my beef is? I remember when they were talking about congestion pricing. Oh yes, jump on the train. And I was like, you know what, these idiot people, you're not gonna force me to take the train. That's not going to it's not going to motivate me to take the train. I already hate taking the train. So why? Oh, I'm just gonna add more tolls so you don't have to drive into the city. It's gonna reduce it. Who says? What study do they have that says it's gonna reduce it?
It is going to. It is going to reduce it. It's a fact. That's a fact. Because people, the average person cannot afford $15 to $25, $15 to $20 a day. One way.
You hear how absurd it sounds? The average person cannot afford.
Yes, and so it's going to force them to go. That means that, remember, once that happens, taxi fares, the prices for taxis are going to go up. The prices for Uber are going to go up because they have to cover the cost of the congestion prices within their fares. So they're going to start losing money, right? Because people are just not going to pay that money to go into the city that they used to pay, right? That they used to pay when they used to pay nothing. Right. So you think about that. If I'm going to pay, let's say one way, I don't know if it's going to be two ways that you're paying this congestion pricing.
It is two
But
ways.
let's say it's one way. It's $15 one way, right? Times 5 days is $75, right? And if, like you said, if it's two ways, it's $150 a week. $150 a week. The average person, it doesn't make $150 in 4 hours. Right, because that's $30-something an hour, right? So actually it's $40-something an hour. They're not making that kind of money. So if you go to let's say you go to $30 an hour, right? You go to $30 an hour, you're looking at divided by 150, that's 5 hours. A person is using pretty much 1 day's salary to pay tolls. They're not going to do that. The average person is not going to do it when you do the math. Plus the price of gas is going to go up because now remember the delivery trucks.
Yes.
The price of gas.
Supermarket,
go up
supermarket, restaurants, everything is tied to
it's
it.
going to go up. So now you can't afford to buy lunch. So people are going to look for ways to save money.
They didn't really think this thing through.
They did, but it's not that they didn't think it through; it's that they didn't care.
Yeah, because the thing is, they have yes people on board.
Yeah. And to the average New Yorker, that is a major issue that people have to be cognizant about in terms of they need to get rid of some of these city council people. They need to get rid of some of these state senate people. If it goes through, they got to know, hey, I'm not going to
Who created that team? Who created that team? The congestion.
Hochul, Kathy Hochul.
Oh, okay.
They went to the federal government and they sought help from the federal government to okay congestion pricing.
Yeah,
so these people need to know that they're not going to be reelected.
Let me ask you a question. I know that Cuomo was talking about congestion pricing before he left. But then recently he mentioned that he goes against congestion pricing. Do you think that if he was still governor, he would have pushed it?
Well, I mean, if he's, I don't know. I mean, they didn't get it under him. Bloomberg tried it. Bloomberg tried it and he failed because the Attleboro said no, and and Manhattan people said yes. The governor Cuomo wasn't for it. And now they have somebody who's in office who's saying, yeah, we need to do that. So I don't know if he would have been, if his hands would have been tied. But I think that, start a campaign against Kathy Hochul. And by starting that campaign, they'll get serious. More people need to listen to this radio station and say, hey, regressive taxes are killing people. People on fixed income. I'm retired. Eddie's retired. We have to pay all of this money on retirement. Your COLA, cost of living increases are
even cereal has it's gone up so much.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But that's the point of what I'm making, right? You can't afford to live in New York with all of these regressive taxes that we can't afford. And people need to understand, hey, we need to put a stop to this. We need to put a stop to this. We need to get people to the understanding that these people in office need to
hear us out.
Hear us out and understand the reality of the situation that is happening with economically with the world.
That is true. This is not Albany. It costs a lot of money to live in New York City. You can't get something cheap in New York City. So come on. So the hearing that they're gonna have is just for, they're not gonna hear anything.
No, but
It's
you
there.
know what they hear? They hear votes.
Mm.
Call Howard Housing Solution today for all your real estate needs. Sellers, we can get top dollar for your home, and our vast network of professionals can facilitate your move and help you purchase your dream home in another state. Buyers, we have a pulse on the market and can get you in a home quickly. Property owners, we can manage your property efficiently and allow you peace of mind. So why wait? Call Howard Housing Solutions today at 646-825-5560 for your sale, purchase, or property management needs. Conveniently located in East New York, Brooklyn. You can come to us at 577 New Lots Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, or we can visit in the comfort of your home. Call Howard's Housing Solutions today at 646-825-5560. Howard Housing Solutions. Real estate simplified.
Footprints Cafes now offers Caribbean flatbreads, available in 11 mouth-watering flavors, including favorites like jerk chicken, curry chicken, honey garlic chicken or shrimp, ackee and saltfish, garlic cheese, and more. Our flatbreads are satisfying and can be enjoyed by the entire family. So make it a flatbread night at Footprints and enjoy the fusion of flavors. These flatbreads are so good, you might just have to fight for that last piece. Good thing there's plenty more where that came from. Get yours today from any of our Footprints locations. Want to enjoy your flatbread at home? Then order on Uber Eats and get it delivered right to your door. We'll see you there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Village Radio Talk Show is brought to you by Grace Family Adult Social Daycare, where the adults can come out and have an adult time. Breakfast, lunch, and beverages provided. Billiard, table tennis, dominoes, bingo, cards, board games. You can definitely come out and enjoy. It's a free program. Medicaid is accepted. Just come out, enjoy yourself, and we will see. Call 646-504-5778 and ask for any information relating to Grace Family Adult Social Daycare. John, you're back. Welcome back.
I apologize. I had a little technical difficulties.
Not a problem. Not a problem. You missed a whole section, but it's all right.
What did I miss? What did I miss?
I was just we were talking about
congestion
pricing and how you're adding more regressive taxes to individuals. Everything is going to go up, and a lot of people are not going to be able to live in New York City and the surrounding boroughs. And I think it's a way is another way to say, hey, we're rich, you're poor, stay poor and stay away from us, because you're second-class citizens as well. Why not just make Manhattan a different state? Pay your own taxes. What do you think, John? Am I being too mean?
Yeah, you are being a little too mean.
No, it's true.
So wait, John, you believe in the congestion pricing?
No, it is a regressive. I agree with you. It's a regressive tax, 100%.
I personally think that we need to vote out many of these people in office.
Starting with who? Who put it? Who pushed it?
I'll start with the governor.
It was Governor Cuomo, my friends.
Right? Well, he's not the governor anymore. Hochul is the governor.
He was
getting rid of Hochul. I'm not getting rid of Cuomo. I'm getting rid of Hochul. Governor Cuomo is not the governor. So regardless of how you, John, might feel about Andrew Cuomo, he ain't the damn governor. I get rid of the city council people, right? I get rid of the state legislature. That's who I'm focused on. I'm getting anybody who supports congestion pricing.
Who was part of it.
That's who I'm getting rid of.
So
I don't care about who's not in office.
You know what's the easiest thing to do? Just move.
Move where? What the hell am I
Where,
going?
Doc? We'll move. Where we going, Doc? Where we going?
That's ridiculous. Are you planning on moving?
Absolutely.
So you're going to give up your job, right, to go to another state, another city, to go find a job that pays you compatible to what you're making now, and you think that's going to be easy?
Absolutely. My quality of life will be much more better.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I'm serious.
Okay. I think you probably have to wait till you retire. So, John, one of the things I want to talk about, and this is your topic here, Dr. Brian.
My topic?
Yeah, this is absolutely your topic. Late last week, a former Haitian senator was sentenced to life in prison for the 2021 assassination of then President Jovenel. Then President Jovenel, for a conspiracy to Jovenel Moise, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was, John Joel Joseph is the third of 11 suspects detained and charged in Miami to be sentenced in a plot, right, hatched in both Haiti and Florida to hire mercenaries to kidnap and kill Moise, who was 53 at the time, and he was slain at his private home near Haiti. Haitian
Right.
Port of Spain on July 7, 2021.
Right.
Joseph, a well-known politician, opponent of the slain President's Ted Kale party, was extradited from Jamaica to face charge of conspiring to commit murder or kidnapping outside the United States and providing material support resulting in death, knowing or intent that such material should be used to prepare for or carry out the conspiracy to kill. So he was sentenced 2 months after he signed a plea agreement with the government, hoping to get a reduced sentence. So he signed that he did this. In exchange, he promised he would cooperate with the investigation. At the hearing, Joseph asked for mercy and said that he never planned to kill the Haitian president.
I don't believe it.
Right? He turned out that the plan got overwhelmed, out of hand. Joseph signed in Creole. The plan changed, killed the president, but it was never my intention, he said. Right?
So it's not the judge's intention to give you a life sentence. So okay.
The judge said that he would consider reduction of the sentence if the government asked for it. But after listening to the former Haitian senator, Martinez ordered him to life. Judge Martinez ordered him to life in prison. What do you think, Dr. Bryant?
I think he got what he deserved. See, the problem is when you are greedy for power, anything.
Say it again.
When you are greedy for power, you do anything.
Right.
That's the problem. You're killing an individual to take over his spot. So you're killing and wiping out his whole family to take over a spot for power. And what plan do you have? You have no plan in place, but you want to take over. Everybody want to be in charge, but nobody want to follow. But to kill someone for that, you deserve everything that's coming to you. That life,
Dr. Bryant, you are so ruthless tonight.
life, being in prison in life is actually a gift. Because other countries, it would not be life. It would be your life for another life.
So you propose. So what you're saying, doctor, is you would have no problem if he was given the death penalty. That's what you're saying.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
I
wouldn't feel bad if he did receive the death penalty.
Okay, so what you're saying is that although you're not a proponent of the death penalty,
Mhm.
Had he gotten the death penalty, there would be no tears shedding from your eyes.
Absolutely not.
Dr. Bryant, I am shocked.
You know what? You know what's troubling to me, Dr. Bryant? I'm going to ask you this as a Haitian American.
Mhm.
No, I didn't know Dr. Bryant was a Haitian American. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Guyanese American.
Okay.
In all seriousness,
Mhm.
Haiti has been known for its turmoil in government.
Mhm.
From
For many years.
its sheer existence in 1804. Because just from a historical perspective, for many of you, Haiti is the first independent Caribbean country that gained its independence, thank goodness, to Toussaint Louverture in 1804 from France. But they signed an agreement with France that was so absurd that it was a lifelong payment.
Mhm.
And they have had tumultuous government for umpteen years.
Mhm.
And we're talking about from 1800s up, and then very much so in the 1900s. Papa Doc, Baby Doc, and all the others. So here's my question for you. Now that I gave a historical perspective,
Okay.
why the hell are the Haitian people always seem to be in turmoil and a run for power grabbing that they cannot stabilize their country?
Money.
No, all of the Caribbean countries in my mind are corrupt. Every single one. I think Jamaica's corrupt. I think Guyana is corrupt. I think Trinidad. I think a lot of the Caribbean countries, but they're not just corrupt. They're violently corrupt.
They're evil.
Right? They're evil corrupt. Why do you think that is?
Money.
But money is all. Look at the issue with Guyana right now. Guyana has so much oil, but yet still the people are still starving. And it's only a small percentage of people are making the money from the oil. There's corruption in Guyana, but there's not the same level of murder.
Mhm.
Why are the Haitian people so violent? I mean, I don't know if you can answer.
No, Roger. I think that's a whole big cultural thing where, you can talk about the way people of color, instead of celebrating those who are successful, we're taught to bring them down. It's just it's just a very complicated issue when
Mhm.
just dealing with the human psyche and the our internal well-being and moral fabric, spiritual and moral fabric that has been developed throughout our years, things that we have seen. It's a whole psychological thing where we fail to realize that we are great people, that we need to celebrate one another instead of just being jealous or crucifying or downplaying the accolades of others. This is something that is, this is just something that, we just need a whole.
But John, I mean,
It's ruthless.
Jamaica is right behind you, by the way. Not politically, but in terms of culturally, cultural dynamics of killing each other.
But it's cultural too. Remember
Yeah,
what you
like John is saying. I think,
Mhm.
but what's up with the disregard for your life?
So
But then I turn around and I plead for mine. I'm gonna take yours, but when it's my turn, I'm gonna plead.
but it's the same thing up here. You understand? When let's think about Chauvin, who killed, having power, having the ability to, disregard of people's lives. And when you actually get caught for what it is that you do, Oh, now I feel remorse. Oh, now I understand what I did wrong. Or hey, I need leniency. I need you to understand that, I didn't my mind wasn't fully there or whatever. So it's a complete disregard of one's individual's lives. And a lot of gang people do this. A lot of murderers do this that they don't realize until later on. So this is a vicious cycle that we have. Even when we think about our young teenagers who's going around participating in initiation and gang, and they're killing and stabbing like that poor innocent boy who just came off the bus on the east side of the 20 something 24th, around that area. He had just came, he got off the bus coming home or whatever. But guess what? They mistook him for a rival gang member when he actually is not. And then after they realized, oh yeah, it wasn't who we thought it was. But why? Why would you stab someone so many times for no reason? Go and viciously attack. We have lost, our morals are off, and the way that you start something sometimes is the way that you end off finishing, unfortunately. you know um so going back to the history of Haiti, yes, they fought for independence. Yes, they killed others, but that was the start of something, that a vicious cycle that never ended. And then when you top off with religion, and then some so it's so many different dynamics that we lose our humanity in the process.
One of the things that I talk about all the time, I think, John, that the police, it starts with our law enforcement. And I feel that our law enforcement, both in the three countries I just mentioned, Guyana, Jamaica, and Haiti, they're corrupt. And they are doing the same crimes that they're paid to protect against. And so you can't get the protection needed, because they are committing those violent crimes. They're not providing law and order. And to me, that's a problem. And so, yeah, and the need, and because other people crave power, and what the ridiculousness of what they could gain by power, what they believe they could gain by power, I'm gonna wipe you out.
But when you could get away with things for so long, a disregard for people's lives.
Yeah, but how do you not make
until it start affecting you, your family? That's when you become.
I don't think they care, right? I don't think they care.
When
Hey, just saying hello to all of our viewers and listeners out there. Hi, Carla. Hi, Maureen. Again, hi, Eddie. Hi, Michael. Just saying hello to all of our villagers out there.
And those watching on Facebook and YouTube, thank you for joining us. But
absolutely, make sure you're sharing with a friend.
It is a true disregard until it start affecting your family, start affecting you personally. That sense of I don't know, that hard. There's a sense of hardness around, and that's what, when we go to church or whatever, that's important. We have to understand that how would I put it? We are desensitized because we are not connected.
God.
Mm-hmm. I
I do agree that I think greed also plays a very strong covetousness, greed, and envy. I think those also play a role in in um in what these people are doing.
that love.
And I can't wait. You know what? It's 3 of 11. Let's see what happens with the other 8. Um, I don't think they have not elected a president yet since Jovenel has been
Mm-mm,
had been assassinated.
mm-mm.
Let's just see what happens to the other 8.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and this is horrible. This is horrible on all level. Um, what else is going on in our world today?
Uh, you know what's interesting, and I'm not surprised. Jonathan Mayers.
Yes, yes, he has lost a lot of money, John.
Mm-hmm.
Lost a lot of money for his stupidity, right? You know what I tell my son, John? My sons,
What?
you never win with a woman.
Roger,
Oh shit! Here we go.
Roger.
Yes,
It's not. Don't go back into blaming women.
I am going to go back, and I'm
No,
going to say,
no.
first and foremost, you never win with a woman. You never win. If she hits you and you hit her back, you're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
If she punch in your face and you break her jaw, you're in trouble. Right? But
No,
that's not
women
the point.
get arrested too. Women get arrested too.
No. Women do not, unless women show a repeated act of violent behavior. Men usually generally don't charge women with anything. But that's not the point of what I'm saying when I tell my son about the women. Because at the end of the day, what I tell my son is that you are responsible still for your action.
Mm-hmm.
So
So it's not
regardless of what,
daughters too. Everywhere. Don't
but see again, if okay, a woman says to a man, "Yo, you look hot." The man go, "Hee, thank you," and walk on. A man tells a woman, "You look hot," right, at work. He's brought up on charges.
both ways. Both
It's
ways.
not a man.
Both
John,
ways. Both ways.
you're older than me by a couple of years. In your lifetime of work, how many times have you seen a man brought a woman up on charges for sexual misconduct?
It's not. It's not often. It's infrequent. Well,
Very.
I think the whole thing is, you know, you just got to be
He
careful.
was stupid.
You have to be cognizant. If you're a man, you're a man, you have to be cognizant that 9 times out of 10, the woman would get the benefit of the doubt if
Absolutely.
there's any sort of allegation. That's the premise that you have to be operating with.
Especially if you're bigger than that woman.
No, that's the premise that you have to operate with.
Absolutely.
So,
And that's what I tell my son.
so the point is, you know what? Refrain and do not engage.
Now,
Refrain.
I'm in no way, shape, or
I
form.
always say this.
Walk away.
There you go.
Right.
Walk
I'm in
away.
no way. I'm in no way, shape, or form.
Walk away because you're not going to win the argument unless you are unless you have videotape or whatever it is. You're not going to win.
You have
So
to have
don't even put yourself in
witnesses and top of
So
witnesses.
here's the thing. This is where the driver did testify that she was the aggressor. This is where you see him running away, but there's also a video of him picking her up and slamming her into.
No. He did not slam the woman in the car. He picked the woman up and placed the woman in the car. That was not slamming.
So
That was not slamming.
interpretation is all, because the thing is, when you pick her up and then push her in, whatever it is, you interpret it different ways.
Right.
It wasn't a gentle putting in a car. So that's the thing.
She was an erratic person, doctor. She was acting erratic.
So that video right there, it goes against what he was saying. The test,
wait, hold on, John. You notice how right away?
Hold on. He's a, you know what? He's, excuse the expression, he's a dumbass, because if he got the text message, don't open up the damn text message.
Exactly. Leave it alone.
Leave it till you get home or something like that.
Well, they live together.
You know what? Leave it till you get home. Where she goes, you can open up a text message later. Open it up tomorrow.
Yep. Especially since he knows that he cannot control his behavior. Right? And again, but did you
no, not even. Wait, put it this way. You got to be honest to yourself. If you know you got another woman, or you're fooling around with somebody else, you got your woman in the car, you know somebody is texting you, and you see the person. Why you even bother even answering your phone? You know, if you up to no good, be mindful. Yep. Exactly.
Always come out.
Yeah,
it's not it doesn't always. It's not the whole point of it's coming out. The whole point was, you know what? If you're in, you have to be mindful of your surroundings, who you're with, and what you're doing at all times.
Exactly. And I just want to point out how quickly somebody in an ugly sweater day, how quickly that person in the ugly sweater day jumped to the defense of the woman immediately.
What? No.
Which is what society does.
No. I said, here it is, The View. Remember, you have 3 females, 3 males. There you go. The View, picking up, putting in the car, the way that it looks aggressive. Period.
It might have been. But was it? You see, the issue becomes, what am I doing? Right? What am I doing with myself? Right? What am I doing with myself? Like John said, where is my ability to control my behavior?
And then here's the interesting thing: the audio that you know my temper, that doesn't work in favor for him.
Say it again.
There was
an audio of him speaking about.
You know what? You know what? You have to be mindful of the people you involve yourself in.
Yeah, that's
you have to be mindful. You have to do more homework. You have to do more research. Use your spirit of discernment, because everyone is not kicked up to what they are. So you know it's unfortunate.
That's true.
I made a statement to my wife many years ago.
Oh boy.
Right. I made a statement to my wife many years ago. And Jonathan Majors have to know the statement, which is, do you know who I am? Right? All that is he has so much to lose that he has to be cognizant of his behavior, because he's not going to win. She could take the cell phone. I mean, I'm watching this show on Netflix called First Wife Club. On a First Wife Club, Jill Scott throws her phone at her ex-husband, and it's caught on camera, right? And they want to portray her as that's not real. That's not real. It's not real. You know, he's going to get in trouble for any violent behavior, because it's just not real. And Jonathan Major, look at what happened to Ray Rice. You remember him?
Yeah.
She provoked him into anger, and he, like a damn idiot, right? What did he do? He hit her. You're stupid, right?
No, you gotta be in control of yourself.
You gotta be, exactly.
When it comes to a woman, do not raise your hands.
Yep, because you're never going to win.
Do not engage. Walk away.
That's when your words come in handy, unless she has like a weapon. If she has a weapon, then you know, you have to do what you have to do to protect yourself. But if she doesn't have a weapon, you could tell me that she spat in your face all you want.
Yeah. You know what? It's just like, I tell you, it's like in the gym. I got an old timer, and he says, "Samson, you know, we can't take the woman." I said, "Why?" Because she got acid mouth.
Yep. You know, we and it's very sad that we have to teach our boys that you're going to lose.
But here's the thing. He is in a status when you're a celebrity, you know that anything you do.
Yep.
Same thing like a politician. Yep.
Yep.
You're held to a higher standard, like you said, Supreme Court justice. You're held to a higher standard.
Right.
Yep.
So if he had punched somebody, another guy, they would have took him to court. Same thing would have happened.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that, unless the other guy got hurt.
No,
but
for...
Doc, if he had punched another guy, he would not have lost. Right? He would not have lost all that he lost.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about that. You know,
right. You see, look what Tracy wrote. He did more than walk away. He ran away, and she chased him.
Right.
Shake my head. And still, he was found guilty. She still charged him with abuse.
Right.
He can't win.
So here it is again. When you are in the limelight, anything you do will be used against you. So be mindful, like you said, of who you have that surround you, who you date, who you sleeping with, all of that, and who you lose your temper with.
Yep. Period. So as men, especially black
men, but it could have been another man that, hey, he got into a bar fight with. He would have lost everything as well.
Period. I don't know. I don't think so. No, it's not the same. It's not
also,
the same.
He's a black man. If it was a white guy he ended up punching, he would have lost everything as well.
It's not, Dr. Bryant, it's not the same.
It's the same, period.
If he attacks a woman, it's lose-lose. You can't win. With a man, depending on the situation.
That only applies when you're a black man. He is a black male who is big. And guess what? Anything you say, oh, you know, you push me, it becomes a threat.
No, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
You and I completely. What I'm saying is that if it was a bar fight between two men,
he would have lost it as well.
I don't think he would have lost
I think
all of it. I think we have a commercial to run before we go. Let's run the commercial.
John, do you agree?
Agree. What? Agree to what?
That even if it was a male, that he would have lost big.
I think. You know what? If it was a male, would he have lost big?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Only if he was the aggressor. If it was a homosexual male, yes.
No. She said it was a male. She didn't say anything about a homosexual male.
No, but I'm saying under what grounds he probably would have lost big. If it was a homosexual male and it was a biased act, yes. If it was a white male, maybe. Right? Maybe.
Let me tell you something. Even if it was even if it was an animal or a dog, he would have lost big too.
Yes.
If it was an animal like Michael Vick.
He is a celebrity. You lose when you are black. You're a male, period. Not only that, but also you're a celebrity. People are always looking out to get paid. Remember that.
That's true. But again, so there's a difference between getting paid and losing everything. There's a difference.
Want to get your personal income tax, business corporate tax, self-employment tax, quarterly tax, payroll tax, or sales tax filing done professionally?
Yeah.
Call US Spirit LLC 718-676-0519 and take the worry out of your personal and business life. Tax compliance issues should be left to the pros. So when you want your business to grow, call the pros, because a successful business matters. US Bear LLC also handles accounting, bookkeeping, business startups, consultation, real estate, and many more services. Call US Bear LLC 718-676-0519 and ask for Howard DaCosta, CEO, to book a 1-hour evaluation at no cost to you. Take remote control of all your needs, and US Bear LLC will follow your lead. Want to work but don't have a social security number?
Yes!
Find out about getting a tax ID to pay your taxes. Call US Bear LLC or log on to www.usbear.com. Team up for success.
That's Howard DaCosta, Accounting Services. We got a couple minutes left. This weekend is Christmas. This
Well, you know
weekend-
what? Just take a moment and wish all our listeners a very Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Happy New Year. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Boxing Day.
And happy birthday.
And happy birthday to our Father, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Amen to that.
Ladies and gentlemen, please note that I would like to add that this holiday is about the celebration of Christ, the celebration of birth. Don't be upset that the gift that you got is not the gift you wanted. Be thankful that you're able to get something.
Amen.
So be happy, be thankful, and again, happy birthday to everyone. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Remember, one of the gifts that you should give this weekend is a stock or a bond to somebody, if you can afford to do that, because it will grow, especially to a young kid. Because by the time they turn 18, 19, it will mature and they'll make some seriously good money. I always love to watch those shows, John, where the person said, I gave them an Apple stock. You know, I bought them Apple stock and now they're a millionaire or close to a millionaire because of the growth of the stock. So think about that, you know, and looking forward. And I thank you, John, Dr. Brian, Sophia, Andre. I love you guys and I thank you guys and I appreciate you guys for everything that you have done and will continue to do.
Bless up, bless up.
Amen.
Bless up, and I'll see you guys as the
Oh, there you go.
enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas, Eddie. Merry Christmas to all the villagers. Enjoy. I'm not ashamed to say that I celebrate Christmas. So greetings to all, and
Be
thank
safe.
you for watching. Thank you for watching, viewing, sharing, participating on the village.
Merry
Um,
Christmas. And thanking God for each day for health, life, and family.
Yep. So thank you again for watching the village, sharing. Thank you for watching, sharing, viewing, participating on the village, where we're dedicated to empowering the community to live a healthy, safe, and financially capable life through education, helping each one of us in realizing our dream at any age, at any point, starting from today. Where it's not just about success, because success is not just spoken, it is done. God bless each and every one of you. Enjoy your weekend.
Good night.
Good night.